Hi, morning. This is Tracy here from New Zealand, and I'm just wanting to kind of let you see a little bit of what I've been working on. And today I'm just going to share a little bit of a walkthrough on the Family Constellation journal that I've been working on. So, yes, I have been a little bit quiet on YouTube just recently. I've been kind of going into a deep place, which is, it is just what it is. And I've been doing a family constellation course with Rakefet Hadar online. And I sometimes then have further exploration to do. And this one, oh yes, I actually have jumped ahead. Sorry. Here we go. This was actually from a quote that I found on Facebook, actually, about sweetgrass. And it kind of pertained to what, we've been studying just lately. So there's the threads, there's 21 threads all up, but like there's 7 that take us into the past and 7 that are in the now and 7 into the future and beyond. But there's all an interwoven story with that. And it kind of really felt, firstly, like an umbilical cord that goes off in 3 different directions. But at the same time, it also feels like it's very connected to this work. And I'm enjoying this whole idea of the morphic field, if you like. And I use deconstructed books, and this just happened to have these butterflies of transformation here. And also the other page just happened to have Stonehenge, which is almost like a lock and key to who knows what, but it just keeps on coming up in this journal. So then I had come across a prophecy actually as well. This is again a Native American prophecy about there were so many flames, and there's this wisdom that's held in the flames, and these elders are pleased that you're doing this work, but there's a bit of a journey, and sort of a bit of a message there when the elders speak, be quiet and listen. And just recently my husband and I, we stumbled across Reservation Dogs on the Disney Channel, and we've been watching that and really, really enjoying it. We both like Taika Waititi's work, who's a New Zealand actor, producer and director of films. And there's commonalities between, Indigenous young people all around the world, really. And I really am enjoying that he's bringing that spirit message in, which is not with religion. It's just around that the ancestors are here for us, which ties in literally, excuse the pun there, with the sweetgrass analogy as well. But they're actually right beside us all the time as well. And I kind of like that that's a message to send to our young ones. There's also this feeling that there's 2 paths. Each one will take us to the same way. I think sometimes we're on 2 paths at once, the spiritual one and the real life one as well. And there's just a little bit of an awareness that technology can sometimes be a distraction. And I suppose that's why I've had a little bit of a quieter time, if you like. And there's a chance to take the slower path and be in nature. So this was by Grandfather Williams Kamad, Circle of Native Nations, Prophecy of the 7 Fires. And I just wanted to really share that with you. So then they find this new fire, and the people are awakened, and there'll be the sound of the sacred drums, and it brings us all up. And so once more, then the real quest then really begins when that fire is lit. And this is a following on from that as well. I suppose it's almost like a visual story, if you like. I suppose in a way I had thought of starting like a heroine's journey, but and it's still there. It's not gone. But perhaps I've been on my own journey. So which feels very much like the case. And I feel like in a way I've been in a little bit of dreamscape, and I think that's good for all of us sometimes. Just know these pages aren't really artwork as such. They're almost like working with a dream or working with just what's on front and what's there. They're probably more kind of reflections, really, or little signposts or little footsteps, if you like, as to where I've been. So yes, and sometimes I pull out words, but this one's actually got a quote by Bert Hellinger, who brought family constellation work into the world. And it says, life distance you from the people that you love until you understand that we are not this body, but the soul that powers it. And so there's kind of a little bit of bittersweet pain and joy in that, life distances us from the people that we love. And I had we had a real closeness with my grandparents, and there is a bit of sweetness there where I actually went to New Zealand. So, this physical body was, miles away from them. But there is also a part that just knows that the body is this body is but the soul that powers it. So it's actually the soul that's always there. And I quite often feel my grandparents close. I always get this feeling, time for a cup of tea in a proper teapot. So anyway, I'm just sharing my story. This doesn't necessarily mean it's your story. So it's just a little bit of their goodness and greatness. And I've had a reminder, I might have spoken about this before, I've read the Ringing Cedars of Siberia books, and they had part of their story, or one of the offshoots, because there's so many parts in that book, is about the dolmens and about how highly evolved people would gift their knowledge to the world and place themselves in these stone structures. And like there's an image of a really sleeping woman here, and I did some meditation years ago and I came up with this chrysanthemum image, which has come up quite a bit. And just recently I was listening to a podcast from a Zen Buddhist, and she said, go into meditation and don't struggle with things. Just ask the bodhisattvas, ask them for help. And I kind of thought, that's almost just another way of looking at this idea that these very wise beings are here and available, and they're just waiting for us to ask. So I may have actually shown the making of this actually. And we've got on here, we are all under the same sky, and I quite love that. And there's a call to just breathing in and breathing out. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying this little run through. This was a page. I meet with a group. We've just started back actually meeting at the Quaker settlement in Wanganui. And again, this image of the path is very present. The hummingbird is very present. And again, these, enlightened beings are there. There's wisdom beyond wisdom. And there was just a little bit of a cautionary warning there to not get stuck on the icy peak, which apparently is a Zen thing. And so, mustn't get caught on the icy peak of all of this. I'm just sharing it, and maybe it will inspire you all. My dear friend Phyllis had some beautiful new walkie-talkie cards, Mary Prober cards with her at the Quaker settlement there, and the one I pulled was looking backwards to move forwards. And I think that's perhaps what all of this has been about. It's been about reflecting backwards. So this here was just another page, again, the deconstructed book. I've had a lot of imageries with ladders in them. This infinity symbol has been around for years, actually. So again, it's got Ask the Ancestors for Help. And this is an idea. I actually went to a family constellation session in person. It was the first time I've been, and it was very deep and meaningful. And one of the things I took away from that, because we don't normally talk about those sessions, so I'm not going to talk in depth about it, but one of the things that, I want to share is sometimes when we're in difficult situations, can stand with the mighty trees behind me. I think that's a kind of a nice analogy. And the other one is, sometimes need to talk to each other like mountain to mountain. So yeah, that's just an interesting reflection. So, and I definitely have had a YouTube thing on making this one, I think, which was a resting page after. But anyway, I think it's time to finish because my filming's starting to finish. So I will just finish there and just thank you very much. Bye.